Hey guys, namaste. Welcome to my new space. And shout out to my wayside ladies. What's up? Hi. So I have moved and it's taken me a lot of time and intentionality to set up this new space. I know it looks simple, but there's so much stuff in the background that goes on. And then just like getting the camera situation set up. I'm in a room that has different colors, different lighting, different lenses for the camera, and it's a whole ordeal. And it's a good practice in letting go of perfectionism and just trusting that the bumps in the road are going to be filled with wisdom for me to integrate. You know, if life was smooth, how would we ever become sharp in who we are? And sharp, not in a negative way, sharp in a positive way. Like sharpened, like diamonds and stones and crystals are sharpened, faceted. Anywho, let's get started. But before we actually move, I want you to pull out a journal or a post-it note. This is my journal. And I want you to write something for yourself, just a short little message. It could be a mantra or an affirmation that you can have and come to remind yourself of your worth, of your goals for the next week. So take a few moments to do that here. A love note to yourself. Once you have that note, take a moment, read it. And then you can put it off to the side. And it's cold in here, but I'm going to take my socks off. And let's go ahead and get started. We might need blocks, so it's always good to have blocks. That's a yoga strap, but I know some of you don't have the strap, so just ignore that for now. And let's take a moment here and get grounded, coming to a seated Sukhasana position. Connect to the breath, close the eyes. Start to lean to your left and forward and to the right, circling around, getting the digestive juices churning, putting a little bit of pressure on our colon, our abdomen, all the organs that are here that help us assimilate and process our food and energetically assimilate and process our life experiences. Shining light on the third chakra, Manipurta, lustrous jewel, our boundary and willpower center. Pause and go the opposite way here. Just feeling into the body, feeling into the hips, the legs. If one side of the body lights up for you more than the other, just observing. Again, letting go of the perfectionism. Make your way back to center. Inhale, let's float the arms up at the pace of the inhale. Exhale, lower your hands down at the pace of your exhale. Inhale and lift. Exhale, release. Inhale, float the arms up. Exhale, let's take right hand to left knee, left hand behind your back and twist. Inhale, release, float the arms up. Exhale, twist to the opposite side. Inhale and release, arms lift up. Exhale, round the spine, chin to chest, and inhale, lean forward, lift the heart. Exhale, round, chin towards your chest. Inhale to lift. Exhale and round. And continue here. Inhaling and lifting. Exhaling and rounding. Taking time to warm up the body. We don't need to rush and go into downward dog right away, anything like that. This is time for you to really sync, S-Y-N-C, sync up with the sensations of your body after spending maybe a lot of time in your mind, or maybe you just woke up and you're just diving into what it feels like to be alive in this vessel of yours, the home of your soul. Come back to center. And let's come into tabletop. From tabletop, tuck the toes. And on the exhale, round your spine, fingers wide. Press your spine through. Let the head come down. Inhale, lift the tailbone and the head. We'll keep the toes tucked here. Exhale, round your spine. Inhale and lift. Exhale, round. Inhale, lift. Now on the exhale, neutralize. Now begin to pretend you're going to squeeze your hands together to bunch up the mat, but you're not actually going to do any sort of a moving of the mat. Squeeze your hands together and lift the hips and the head. And feel how that activates the front part of the body, the abdominals, the chest, the pec muscles. And then on your exhale, start to pull your hands apart without actually sliding your hands, pulling hands apart, round your back, and feel how this activates shoulders and traps. Inhale, pull the hands together, lift. Exhale, pull apart and round. Inhale, pull hands together, lift. Exhale, pull hands apart and round. Go ahead, neutralize here. Inhale, let's lengthen the right leg back. Exhale, right foot forward between your hands. Align your fingers and your toes. Back toes are tucked, and inhale, right arm lifts and twist. Reach the arm forward. Inhale, arm faces up. Exhale, reach the arm back. Inhale, arm up. Exhale, arm forward. Inhale, arm up. Exhale, arm back. Inhale, arm up. Exhale, hand frames the foot. Back toes are tucked. Go ahead and lift your back knee. Step that back foot forward about 1 inch. Think of rounding your spine. Inhale here. Exhale, dip the knee softly. Inhale and lift. Exhale and dip. Inhale and lift. Exhale and dip. Pillow hips. Inhale, lift. On the exhale, let's step the back foot forward to the front foot. Give yourself 2 fists distance between the feet with a micro bend in the knees. This is called a hip hinge when you bend the knees. Now press into your shins, halfway lift, looking forward. And then on the exhale, pull upper body to lower. Inhale, push upper body away. Exhale, fold. Inhale, push away. Warming up the spine and the hips. Exhale, fold. Inhale, push away. Exhale, let's fold. Release your hands and rise on up really slowly. You can even do a little side to side swaying here. Inhale, arms lift. Palms face each other. Tadasana, mountain pose. Take an inhale. Exhale, press the pelvis forward. Cactus arms. Think of lifting your heart more than a back bend. And then inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, fold forward. Hug your lower body. Listen to your shins. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale and fold. Bring your hands down. Walk on back. Lowering down just to tabletop. Not down dog quite yet. Inhale, lengthen the left leg back. Exhale, bring the foot through between the hands, aligning fingers and toes. Back toes tuck. Inhale, arm lifts and twist. Breathe. So these are very dynamic warm-ups. Here we have alignment of the knee and the ankle, stability. We're opening the hip. We're creating a rotation in the lower back, opening the muscles of the ribs, shoulder. Find a drishti point, a focus point. Inhale. Remember the message you wrote to yourself. Exhale, lower down. On the inhale, lift to the back knee. Step the back foot 1 inch forward. Front knee and ankle are stacked. Let the head hang down so you're looking at your back leg. Inhale. Exhale, dip the knee softly. Inhale, lift. Exhale, dip. Inhale, lift. Exhale, dip. Inhale, lift. Exhale, dip. One more time. Happy hips. Inhale, lift. Walk your hands forward a little bit and let's take the back foot to the front foot. Find your 2 fist distance, hip hinge. So chest comes towards the thighs. Press into your shins. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale to fold. A few more times, spinal work. Inhale, we lift up halfway. Spine is straight from the sacrum to the crown. So root to crown chakra. Exhale, fold. And again, inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Release your hands, rise on up slowly. You can sway side to side. This might help activate the glutes a little bit, more stability in the pelvis and legs. Inhale, arms lift, Tadasana Mountain. Inhale. Exhale, cactus arms, heart lifts. Inhale, arms rise. Exhale, fold forward. Slight bend in the knees, hugging lower body. Bring the hands down to the mat and walk back into Adho Mukha Svanasana, our first downward facing dog. Separate your fingers wide. If your feet are together, go ahead and separate them about 1.5 feet. Bend one knee at a time here. And you can even start to turn the hips side to side. This will stretch and activate the lat muscles. Those are the muscles that connect to the back. They're kind of just a little bit underneath the armpits, and they help us pull. Pause here in downward dog and breathe. It's okay if the heels don't touch. Just connect to what you feel in your body. It can be a lot, but that's where the breath comes in. Change and transformation is not always easy. Yoga is not about being flexible of the physical body. That just comes when we start to heal some of the rigidities of our mind. And it's a non-linear journey. Slowly lower down, take tabletop. From tabletop, untuck the toes, bring the hips back to the heels. Child's pose, breathe here. Balasana, or in some schools of yoga, Garbhasana. Balasana is kind of taken over in terms of the Sanskrit more recently. That's okay. Find your breath, belly, ribs, chest, slow exhales out through the nose. On your inhale, begin to come forward, tabletop. Tuck the toes, let's realign. Exhale, round the back. Inhale, lift the hips and the head, looking up. Exhale, neutralize the spine. Float the knees. Pull the wrist to the toes and the toes towards the wrist without actually doing anything. This activates the core. Go ahead and lift up into downward facing dog. Now on your inhale, lift the right leg up. 3 breaths here. Practice balancing on both hands, then the back foot. The back leg lifted will actually help with balance here as well. Good job. Let's lower that leg down, root into that right foot, maybe the toes. Inhale, lift the left leg up. Same thing here, 3 breaths. So we're practicing our balance, our stability, our focus. Exhale, lower that foot down. Now let's walk our feet forward to find our hands. I find this is easier when I round my spine. Press into your shins. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reach your arms up overhead, Tadasana Mountain. On the exhale, cactus arms, heart lifts. Inhale, mountain. On the exhale, interlace the fingers behind the head. If you have an arch in the low back like I do, take a moment here and tuck the pelvis. Now, from this neutral spine, exhale, side bend right. Open up the left ribs. Perhaps feel this in the hips, serratus anterior, our rib muscles, and even our lat muscles. Take a breath. Inhale, neutral. Exhale, bending to the opposite side. Remember the message you wrote to yourself. Inhale, neutral. On the exhale, let's lift the arms up. Pause here in mountain pose. Find your drishti point, a focus point. Inhale, lift the heels. Exhale, slow, lower down. Yes. Inhale, lift, hello feet. Exhale, slow, lower down. And again, inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. 2 more. Inhale and lift. Exhale. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Now pretend there's a chair behind you and go ahead and sit back to the chair. Sweep the arms back. So modified chair pose. Go ahead and interlace the fingers behind your back. Pull the arms. Breathe. Inhale here. Exhale, fold. Coming into Yoga Mudra. Inhale, begin to sit back, looking forward. Chair pose, Utkatasana variation. Reach the arms forward, lift. Inhale, Tadasana, mountain. Exhale, cactus arm, heart lifts. Inhale, mountain, long spine. Tuck the pelvis. Exhale, sit back into Utkatasana, chair. Arms back. Fingers interlace. Inhale here. Exhale, fold Yoga Mudra. Breathe into the body. Don't worry about how deep you can go into the pose. Do not compare yourself to me. Just feel what is coming up in your body. I am simply a guide for you to get to know yourself better. The ego mind likes to compare, but peel that veil back and just be you with you. Like you're curious, a curious little kid just wondering why this is like that and why that is that. Go ahead and release the bind of the hands and inhale, sweep your arms forward, sit back into chair pose. Inhale, rise into Tadasana. Exhale, cactus arms back bend. Inhale, let's lift the arms up. Exhale, bring the hands to the heart space. Press your hands into each other. Lean into your right leg. Find that focus point for Vrikshasana tree pose and take your left foot into the left calf. Up into the thigh, that's an option. And also you can kickstand the foot to the floor. Breathe here for 3 breaths. Now I challenge you to take this left foot off of the standing leg and bring it in a 90-degree angle. I like to call this crane pose. I have a tutorial on this. It's right there. And then from crane, take this leg back behind you. Reach it all the way back, toes out about 45 degrees into Virabhadrasana 1. Inhale, arms lift. Exhale, chest to the thigh. Sweep your arms back. Inhale, rise on up into Virabhadrasana 1, Warrior 1. Bring your hands to your heart. Actively press hands into each other. That creates activation in the back. Lean forward and step forward. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Tadasana mountain. Exhale, palms to the heart. Now lean into your left leg and start to take that right foot into tree pose. So coming into Vrikshasana. Right foot can come to kickstand, calf, or into the thigh. Breathe here. Now I realize I don't have a timer on, so I'm just flowing with this. Go ahead and I challenge you to connect to your drishti point, your focus point, and then go ahead and release that leg into crane pose. And then start to take that leg back 45 degrees, Warrior 1. So your front heel and your back arch are not in a straight line. You have distance between. This is going to create stability in the pelvis and balance in the body. Inhale, arms rise. Separate the toes. So our pinky toe, the fascia lines of the pinky toes can help us work here too. Inhale. Exhale, chest to the thigh, arms back. Inhale and rise. Exhale, arms back. Inhale, rise, Virabhadrasana 1, Warrior 1. Hands to the heart. Lean forward. Let's step that back foot forward into mountain pose, Tadasana. Inhale, rise. Exhale, cactus. You can even bring your hands to the low back. Inhale and lift. Exhale, fold forward. Slight bend in the knees, hugging lower body. Press into your shins, push lower body away from upper or vice versa. Exhale, fold, hands down to the mat. Come on back into downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Breathe here. When you inhale, lift the heels, glide yourself forward, shoulders over your wrist into plank. Let's practice doing that a couple times. Exhale to downward facing dog. Inhale, lift your heels, glide into plank. Now, this took me honestly a couple years to get the hang of. My body journey was a really long one. I know some people start yoga and they just get it. Exhale, downward facing dog, but this took me years. So just be patient with your process and stay consistent. Practice yoga earnestly, mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually, every single day. Even if your ego mind comes up and you slip up a little bit, keep showing the F up. You're worth it. Inhale, lift the heels, glide yourself forward into plank, and let's lower the knees down. They're not under the hips. Check out mine. They're an angle. They're angled away. Untuck the toes. Roll your shoulders back to press your chest forward. And if you're sinking like this, pull yourself out. How many times have you sunk in your life before and you've had to pull yourself out and it really sucked, but you did it anyway, and thank God, right? That's happened to me a lot. So on the exhale, lower your chest down. Roll the shoulders back and down, the back press into your palms. Push yourself back up into upward facing dog, Urdhva Mukha. Let's tuck the toes again. Look down towards your belly button and then lift the low back into plank. Exhale, downward facing dog. Good job, guys. Let's walk our feet to find our hands. From here, separate the feet out wide. Heels in, toes out. And we're lowering down into Malasana, also known as a deep squat. If your heels don't touch the ground, that's okay. You might need to bring your hands to the ground. You can also sit on a block if that is your style. Actually, sitting on a block feels really good. I'm really sore from moving. And I went to the gym yesterday for the first time in 6 days. That's a lot for me. So I'm going to sit here and enjoy this. Breathe for 5 breaths. My dog, I think, is on her way to make a debut. She's my co-teacher. She's taught every teacher training and Reiki training with me. Come on in. Come on. Come on. There's some obstruction blocking her, and she doesn't realize that she's big enough to make her way in. Come on. Come on. Anywho, go ahead and release the block and lower yourself down, and good girl, lift your legs up into Navasana, boat pose. This is actually Ardha Navasana. Full Navasana is the legs all the way up. Hi, girl. Say hi to the girls and whoever else is watching. No, don't block the camera. Go here. Go here. So from your boat pose, bring your feet down, lift yourself up, inhale. And on the exhale, lower yourself all the way down. Kind of articulate your spine. So feel your sacrum. Feel that's connected to your tailbone. Then feel your lower back. Oh, feel your middle back. Feel your upper back. Be like Nala and just splay out on the floor. No. Bring your knees into your chest. Hands behind your legs. Straighten one leg up at a time. Lift both legs up. Pull the toes towards your face and point to the ceiling. Back and forth. This helps the lymphatics start to pump of the lower legs. There's 6 lymph nodes behind each knee. Our legs are so special and so important. Please take care of them. Let's open the arms out wide, and from this Dandasana or reverse Dandasana pose, bring the knees into the chest and exhale, twist down to your right. Breathe. Say something kind to your body. Practicing Ahimsa, which is the very first yama, first limb of yoga. When we are kind to ourselves and kind to others, we are in a state of ahimsa, A-H-I-M-S-A. And when we are in a perpetual state of non-judgment, of kindness, open-heartedness, it is much easier for us to resonate with the vibration of the next yama, satya, truth, even if the truth is dark, even if the truth is scary. Nala, okay. On your next breath, start to lift the knees and exhale, drop them down to the opposite side. Nali, not on camera, not on camera. Yes, and breathe here. This is my yoga girl. My best friend. My best friend is an animal. Okay, take another breath here. And then slowly begin to lift your knees up into your chest. Give your body a hug, rock side to side. And I'm going to let us go in Shavasana here, right now. Release your legs all the way out and down. Take your right hand to your belly, your left hand to your heart, or keep your hands by your side. And let yourself actually rest and absorb here. I say absorb because we want the body to absorb everything that was felt in the practice, the physical practice of yoga. And it's like the integration process. It's like when your cell phone gets an update or computer gets an update. That's what we're doing here. We're upgrading, updating our system. So even if there's people around you who want to get up, or if you want to get up, that's the ego mind. I encourage you to stay. Up above, I've linked some videos for you to click on if you liked this class. This was more of a class with a direction tutorial. But anywho, none of that matters now. Only you, your breath, your body, your moment matters. And until next time, much love. Namaste.